In the Chevette.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
I can tell stories forever about pregnancy things. Okay, one of the tire stories was we had told him I was pregnant when I was changing that tire that was so heavy. He didn't know I was pregnant that time yet. Okay. I was riding in the back of the ship. Were we getting Dawn from the?
I think we were picking you up from. You were flying in.
Flying in, and if I knew Abe was a NASCAR driver, and that I was going to be riding in the back of the Chevette with a NASCAR driver, going through the airport like this. Abe's just whipping around the roads, and I am so sick in the back, like so sick, because he will not slow down through a turn. He's flying through there, and let me tell you, he talks about me driving in Germany at over 120 miles an hour, but all I can ever think when he talks about my speed is going through the airport, pregnant, wanting to throw up in the back of his Chevette, because he's flying through the curves like a NASCAR driver.
Like when we were stationed in California, and you know, we would come back on the weekends and stuff, and so Dad had this idea of fixing repaired cars, our cars that were broken and were in car accidents, and then taking them and selling them, reselling them. So when we spend like a Friday and a Saturday, and I forgot what we told you we were gonna go do. Actually, we were going to find a computer, and then we were going to find a computer, and no, we came back with a truck. And Mom could never understand how we went from going to find a computer, a part for a computer, and we come back with a new truck. So that's how those little things, me and Dad driving around, that's how those things would have evolved. You know, it'd be like, well, let's just stop in here real quick. And then I remember that day clearly because we had that old car. It was that small Chevrolet. And we were going to find a computer. And then Dad wanted to stop at Superstition Springs to look at a truck. And that's how we came up with the green truck. That's the first truck.
Yep. And then the next time, he went and sold that Chevette and the green truck and come back with a new car. He was supposed to be going for tile.
Yeah. And then there was another time we went to find something else, just something small. I think we were going to Home Depot and came back with the new computer.
Yeah.
So.
This is why your mom does not trust you to alone anywhere.
Yeah.
Brother, he is always America's sister, only sister now. And he's always did everything. But I lived in Chicago, he lived in Arizona in places. And my mom down south there, she had an old regular house. He came down and he built her. She had to go outside to the bathroom with you young kids and not know anything about that. Go outside to the bathroom. So he came down there and put her bathroom in and everything in the house. And here I'm coming flying down to Chicago. I could have did better than that myself. He said, but you didn't do nothing. And I always use that when people say you be talking about people. I said, but I didn't do nothing myself. And it's, you know, and it's always in London. I'm gonna criticize you. At least you're doing something, and I don't do nothing from criticize. I'm Miss Lee from Chicago. During the Vietnam War, I had a pen pal, him. And believe it or not, I still have each and every one of those letters that you wrote to me. Yeah. And then, was it Friday, I got him to go to a Cub game. He actually sat still for 2 hours.
I'm Donald Woolridge, and this is my friend. I'm his friend, he's my friend. I love him and I know that he loves me. I want to say that in 71 years of living, I can count on one hand the people that I've encountered that you can be yourself with. And I found that to be true with my friend Abe. He will not open up a window to judge you or criticize you. And it's not to say that he's going to be liberal. He's going to speak the truth to you. He'll speak truth into your life. So I encourage any and everybody, if you truly desire and need someone to talk to, this is the man. A good man, a man that I admire, I respect. I've watched how his family interacts with his dear precious wife, mother who I love, his children and his grandchildren. He exemplifies what man is. He exemplifies what being a father is all about, a grandfather, and a friend. A good man. I love you, my friend. God bless you.
I'm his granddaughter, and growing up, me and Jordan, Natasha and Brittany would spend like all summer long at our grandparents' house, and just that's all we would do. We would do all kinds of fun stuff. And one time they had Pop-Tarts, which I never really ever saw there. And we woke up, and I got up Pop-Tarts, and I go to eat them, and he goes, "Wait, that's not breakfast. Like, that's not food you eat for breakfast. That's dessert food." So he made me put them back in the package and put them away until later, and then he made me a bowl of grits and told me that that's a proper breakfast. But then when he left, I put like half a cup of butter in it and ruined it. But it was wonderful. But when I was 19, I decided to join the Mormon church, and I was really worried about telling him, like so worried. I was so nervous, so I called him up and I told him, and I was worried about what he would say or something, but I told him I was going to get baptized, and he just so lovingly said, "If that's what you want to do, tell me what time and I'll be there." And that's all he said, and he was there. My grandparents were there, and it was wonderful, and I was so grateful for that act of love. Like, no matter if he agreed with me or not, it didn't matter. He just so lovingly was there for me, and I appreciate that so much. And that's what you've been to me, just so wonderful, and I appreciate you so much.
Dad,
tell them who you are.
Oh, my name's Tony. Third oldest. I remember it's Wayne and Keith and Wayne, cousin Wayne, was out there standing. They wanted to paint their room a purple, all black, and another one orange. And they're running around all happy, and then Dad, comes home, and he's, looking through some paperwork, and he says, and Wayne had asked him, can we do this? And Dad says, yeah, you can paint it any color you want to, as long as it's white.
Well, my name's Jordan, and his granddaughter. I knew that Kayla was going to tell the Pop-Tart story, and I wanted to tell it, but she did a good job, so, but I was also thinking about this one time, I was in elementary school, I don't remember what grade, I think I was in maybe like 5th grade, and it was, I had like the day off of school, I think it was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and my dad took me over, and I'm not sure what we were doing, but I was just happy to have a day off of school. I didn't really understand why, and I didn't really care why at the time, but I remember he asked me, he was like, you have the day off of school, don't you? And I was like, yeah, and he's like, do you know why? And I was like, do I need to know why? And he was just like, maybe you should figure out why you have the day off. And so, and I felt kind of guilty that I didn't like ever consider why I had the day off of school. And so that kind of motivated me to like kind of figure out more about that, and then and so I really appreciated that, because I feel like that's happened a lot of times where something would happen to me and I wouldn't really consider it, and then my grandfather in his infinite wisdom would always kind of point something out like, well, did you ever consider this? You know, he just always just has this like skill for pointing out things that you don't really think about very often, and so I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay, baby, now sit down, hold my hand. I gotta hold it. Look at your wife up here. The wife is the last to know. I'm Mother Sarah of the Union Baptist Church. They're always not listening. I met him a few years back when I started going to church, him and Mama. And this is one of the men that I can count on one hand that has love for everyone. He even opens doors for women. He is so polite. There's not too many left. So I decided I was going to marry him as soon as he got older. He's not quite old enough yet. A few more years to go. But you're all invited to the next wedding. I mean, we're even going to invite your wife, aren't we?
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. But I love this man and his wife. They are two of the nicest people that walk God's earth. And I'll tell you, anybody ever tell me any difference, they're going to be war. Because I love these two kids. Get older, baby doll.
Hi, my name is Pat Powell. This is my uncle, my favorite uncle. I love Uncle A because he teaches you so much. He's full of wisdom, and he makes you think. He doesn't give you the answers. He makes you think. He gives you food for thought. And I really liked it when he was in the Army, because we would go on base and we would meet fellas and they would have to salute us and, yes ma'am, no ma'am. We really got like royal treatment too. But I love him and my Aunt Katie and my Aunt Mary, because it's her birthday in a few days. And I just wanted to tell you thank you for all your love. And this is love right here. And it shows with everybody here. So just wanted to tell everybody thank you for having us here too from Chi-Town, and I just love you so much, Uncle.